Here's the thing about coffee. It's about freshness, right? I think it is, But sometimes we go through this saga or trouble or thing that we call, like, should we grind it fresh or should we get somebody else to do it? And we wonder, okay, how do we go about that? Do we just buy this expensive grinder? And if we do, will it actually make sense in our journey with coffee? But this grinder is like $250. Do we want to spend $250? Does that make even sense to go ahead and go about our merry-go way of making our coffee each and every day? Or should we just depend on the roaster? But as the day goes on and the weeks go on, we tend to lose the freshness that we really coveted in that coffee. Do we need to spend $250? What about the $150 option? Is that good enough? Oh yeah, that's good enough. That's really where you should be if you're trying to get an electric grinder, when you're trying to make coffee every day. But again, you start to think and wonder, it's like, okay, is there even cheaper option that will work? But I know everything's not going to be perfect with it. And then you're like, whoa. Oh yeah, there is. There is a cheaper option. This grinder right here is no more than $20 on Amazon and $15 on Walmart. And does it work the same? Is it a little bit more work? Yeah, you pay $20 for it, but does it do exactly more so the same things as your expensive grinder or other people's grinder does? That's the question that we're going to be talking about. Here it is right here. Let's talk about it. Hey, I just want to come on here real quick to talk about this grinder that I got. I was going to do a whole little mini series about it and everything, but I think I decided not to do that. One, it's a piece of shit. It really is. I do need to show you more about it and all that good stuff or whatnot, but it's not a really good thing. And I do want to mention it because I think it's important that I do mention this stuff to you, because I'm here about trying to help you out as much as I can in your coffee journey. And in this grinder in particular, it's a hand grinder. You can buy it from Amazon or Walmart. Walmart is about $15. Amazon is about $18.99, so about $20. I got mine from Amazon, and the packaging was great. But other than that, it started to go dive hill really quickly. Let me show you it real quick. So the name of the grinder is Triple Tree Hand Coffee Grinder Manual. This is the manual. This is the actual grinder right here. They give you another cup for some odd reason. They can probably save a little bit more money and just give you one cup. And what you would do is just open this up to get your coffee out of. And then here's the mechanism. This is the top where so the coffee won't fly out. Kind of already has like a chamber that does that for you, so that's kind of pointless. But the thing about this grinder is just, it doesn't, one, it's hard to grind coffee, and the grind or the coffee that I was using is a medium roast, a true medium roast. So you would think that it should be a lot easier to grind the coffee, but it really wasn't. This thing is very hard to grind, and truly the thing about it is that even though you have multiple settings, let me take this off for you to demonstrate for you. This is how you adjust it. You take this nut off and then you essentially turn this counterclockwise. But when you do that, it makes this whole contraption or piece of gear really loose. So what will happen is that you'll start to get boulders in your coffee grind. You don't want that. You want something to be as consistent as possible. So truly, really the best setting is fine. When you do fine, a lot of times you're overshooting the extraction of the coffee. So it tends to be a lot better, too strong. There's ways around that. But again, that's really the best way to really use this grinder. I wouldn't recommend at all changing the grind setting. You just alter what you do with the coffee if you decide to get this grinder. And the reason why I got this grinder is because I thought that people should have real true options when it comes to coffee brewing. And at times I know there's a lot of people out there that just get their coffee ground by their roaster, and other people have grinders. So I was thinking, okay, $20, that's not a bad cost for a grinder that you can use each and every day. But it's a piece of shit because it's a hand grinder. You're gonna be doing a lot of work. And I know there's other grinders that are on the market right now that are double, triple the price, even 10 to 15 times the price. But I really truly believe that if you're going to go down this rabbit hole of coffee brewing, that you should get a decent grinder. The one that I recommend, I'll put on the screen somewhere, is a Baratza. That is Encore, and that is about $150. I know still that's a lot of money, but what you will be doing a lot of times is that you'll be saving eventually with time on only grinding the coffee when you need it. So it's going to allow you to have that coffee to stay fresher a lot longer. You know, with time, that's going to start to add up to where the $150 is not going to really mean that much to you at all. But if you just want to get coffee grinded by your roaster, that's perfectly fine too. For instance, the Colombian coffee that I've been talking about or bitching about or saying that it's really not that good, I did grind this coffee up in my EK43. When I did that, the coffee was so tasty. A lot sweeter, still more fruity than sweet, but it was tasty and it was delicious. And a lot of times when people buy coffee from me, for instance, that's the grinder that I use to give them. So take it with a grain of salt of what you want to do with your coffee journey. But again, I wouldn't recommend this thing at all. Is that the name of it? Yeah, this is the name of it right here. I wouldn't recommend this whatsoever. And again, I don't think you will really like to constantly hand grind coffee. After a while, you'll get tired of it. And again, there's coffee grinders out there that are a lot better, that are a lot more expensive than that Encore Baratza electric grinder, you know. But I'm glad that I did this anyway. I was telling my cousin that this grinder is a piece of shit and he felt really bad about it. But truthfully, I told him the thing about all of this stuff is that these type of equipment, the gear, brings me back down to earth, because it's easy for me to just put coffee in that grinder or any other grinder that I do have and tell you the details of what I'm tasting in the coffee. And a lot of times you may not get that because of the equipment that you're using. So these equipment does help me get more onto an even playing field of what you're going through. It gets me to understand the things that you probably struggle with, that you probably don't know or see that I'm struggling with. It's just a way just for me to understand you even more and to give you information that's gonna be helpful for you. So that's what I got for you. Thought I was gonna do a series on this hand grinder. It's not really worth us talking about this one in particular. Probably another one down the road, you know? So let me know what you think. If you have this grinder, let me know if it's helpful. You found different ways to go about it that will help out our coffee journey community. So that's Oki signing out. Talk to you later. Bye.